What is going up, guys? Super excited for this episode. We are exploring Devil's Den. I'm super excited because this is a first part of a 3-part series talking about some of the easiest ways to go diving in Florida within a weekend. I took a trip to Florida with Stuart, and we ended up exploring some of the coolest springs that Florida has to offer. Very easy dive sites, very good for like a lot of beginners to check out when you're in Florida, and a lot of people take these trips to get their certifications done, right? So a very simple way to do it is to go with a big group, find some hotels, and be able to hit all three very easily, very quickly. So we ended up leaving on a Friday morning to be able to start diving down there on Saturday. It was really cool because my certification dives happened in Blue Grotto, Devil's Den, and Rainbow River. I was able to kind of check those places out when I went down there the first time. I think I visited Three Sisters at the time as well. So it's kind of like a nice full circle moment. But this was really cool because these locations gave me really good access to be able to handle my camera gear really easily with a group at the same time, right? If it was on a shoot or something like that, a little bit different. If we ended up having like multiple people out there on a boat, it's always more difficult that way. But in this case, it was really easy to kind of get the camera going, able to get the pack going, able to get in the water and just explore the crazy and wild offerings that Devil's Den does offer on that first Saturday. Some really cool stuff about Devil's Den is that it's actually located in Williston, Florida. It's a prehistoric dive site inside of a dry cave. The depth at this location is about 54 feet, and we've got a constant temperature about 72 degrees year-round, which is awesome to be able to go into. The visibility, you can see anywhere between 40 and 80 feet. It's pretty wild. As long as there's not a ton of divers down there, you're not going to be dealing with a bunch of fins churning up the water. So if you are an open water diver or more, you can dive this site as long as you're not alone, and are encouraged to bring a flashlight just in case you do end up seeing any fossils in the inside of this limestone itself. There's lots of availability for that. And if you guys need to have your tanks refilled, whether it be nitrox or air, they do have tank refills on site. Unfortunately on this one, no spearing or hunting. It's a recreational dive site only. Now, if you're a pro, you'll end up going very early in the morning, because if you get there just the right time, you can see this ridiculous beam of light coming straight through the top of the hole and beaming through the water. Because these dive sites are all in the central location of Florida, you really get a really cool idea of what the other side of Florida looks like. Florida is not all just water and beaches. It's really a lot of country in there, and I actually have a friend of mine who used to work with a bunch of ranches down there, and she did some marketing for some really big horse ranches. So it was really interesting nonetheless. You can get down there in about half a day and then be able to find a hotel room to start diving the next day, and that's what we did. We ended up going on Saturday to Devil's Den, diving for about half the day there and doing a 2-tank dive, checking it out, really exploring just like what Devil's Den all has to offer. There's a bunch of bass, there's a bunch of bluegill, even catfish, and sometimes they'll have like koi hanging out the top too, some really nice beautiful koi. And if you are able to get it right, there's ways to kind of see around those rocks just in the right light that it comes down. It looks so magical when it kind of hits the water in the right way, and you see these rays that are just beaming from the top. When you kind of surface, you can start seeing some of the grass that's kind of forming around the top of the hole that forms in this karst cave. It's kind of like a prehistoric dive site, and it's really neat to be able to explore some of this now when I ended up first getting my certification like 10 years ago now, and it is really neat to be able to go back and visit some of these places and kind of travel full circle, right? But I went with a fun group of individuals. Stuart, always my dive buddy to kind of hang out with me, but Alyssa, Anthony, Katie, and Chuck, some of the gals and guys from Express Water Sports, and they were able to kind of hang out with us, and we were able to just go as a full company, and it was neat to explore with friends and check out things. And they were there. Katie and Alyssa are always really cool to be good dive guides, and they were help certifying other people while being there to help assist with other things. You know, they always are there to help kind of get the gear on and make sure we're diving right and enjoying it all at the same time. If you guys want to check out some of the next dive sites that we visit in Florida, episode 2 is all about Blue Grotto, where we check out some crazy rock formations, some statues that are hidden underneath the water, and then also Virgil the Turtle hanging out in the fresh water there, and just kind of the ease and use and accessibility of this place, Blue Grotto, and to be able to enjoy it with a group of people that really know how to have fun underwater. If you guys have any questions or information needed on some of the species of the fish that we'll end up seeing during these dive sites, you can check those out in the description below. If you guys can tell me in some of the comments, what is your favorite freshwater fish that you end up seeing in some of these springs? As always, guys, thank you so much for checking this out. I hope you guys dive into the next episode where we go explore Blue Grotto.